Welcome to howtopam. Today I'd like to show you a really neat tool for editing PDF files. Now, the tool is from the LibreOffice suite people, and they have one application called the Draw application, initially made for editing drawings, but we can actually edit our PDF files in that Draw application. Now, LibreOffice Draw here is the tool we will be using, and I have a PDF file here that I downloaded, and just to check that out, we'll open it with a PDF reader, events here, document viewer, and you can see here that it's just a standard PDF file that was originally a Word doc. It's 17 pages long, and we're going to edit this in LibreOffice Draw and show you how that is done. So let's just close this document. Let's open again our now here, wonderful thing, see, LibreOffice Draw update available, the people are telling me, but I don't need that right now. Let's open Draw, and let's open that file in our Draw application that's on my desktop there. So let's go to File, let's go to Open, and from my desktop here, there it is right there. So let's open that up. 17 pages, so it's going to convert it from a PDF into a drawing application. Now you see it loaded a little bit small here to work on, so let's view and change that to 100% so that we can see what we've got. There we go. That's a little bit larger. Now, the possibilities of editing this document, this PDF document, one slide at a time. That's all you get loaded here, one slide at a time. We can have access to all these tools to work on this document. Now, if we just click on a line of text here, like this one here, we can see that we get a border around the whole line of text. Okay, so to work with that line of text now, we'll have to highlight the whole bit of text, and you can see here it's got a font face. Let's just change that font face. Maybe let's go to Arial Black. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's a little bit cumbersome, so let's go to Ubuntu. I like Ubuntu text. Okay, let's increase that size for the heading. Let's make it a size 28. There we go. Okay, now maybe let's change the color from the black, dress it up a little bit. Let's make the color something a little more softer to look at, and there we go. You see that? Now, if we want to move that over to the center instead of having it left justified, let's click that. Let's click on the border here, get these little clips here. Okay, now you notice there's one larger clip in the corner here, so let's grab that larger one. If we use these ones, this will let us change one attribute at a time. See, we could bring that text up, but you see it left the box down there. So let's back that up. There we go. We could actually just move it out this way to the edge of the page, right? But that didn't do much for our text. It just moved the border, okay? If we're going to do that. So let's back that out of there, and let's show you. There's this one clip in this corner here. Let's just grab that with the arrow here, and let's move that right across. Well, we've got that. We could move it down. We can move it up. Let's move it across to where we'd like it. Let's try to relatively center it here. There we go. When we click on the border of this, if we click twice on the border, the clips here will turn from blue to red. And so let's click again. Now we got red. Now you can see with the red clips here, we can have an access point. It comes in the center. That's an access to rotate. Okay, so I moved that access point to here, or the rotation point. Now if I go to the corner here, I have the double arrow for rotating. So let's just see what happens when we rotate that. Look at that. And we could rotate that text. That's not going to do us much good, so let's back out of there. And let's back out of there. Okay, that took us back that way. Let's redo that. And let's click off of there. There we go. Okay, so let's say we'd like to add a line under here to underline this. We have a place here where we can change the line color. But let's put a nice, let's make a gray line under there. And let's grab the line and let's draw our line here. Let's make sure it's straight. We don't want a crooked line here. That looks pretty good. Now we get the line attributes here. Okay, so first thing we might want to do is make that line a little wider. There we go. And if we don't want the gray, well, we could change our line color here anyway. Let's make it there. How is that? We've got some color to this document. So we've got the width and the color, and we can change the transparency of that line. I don't think we need to do that here. And you have ends of the line. If you made your line quite wide, if we went with a very wide width, you could actually see the ends, and the ends could be rounded. We could rotate our line again. You know, not that we'd want to do that. We don't need to rotate that line. If we click on the line, we could actually move that line with the hand grip here. If we don't want to move it there, we can back up here. And we'll click off of there. There's a number of wonderful things we can do with it. It's important to mention here that when we're working with text, that it only likes to work with one row of text at a time. So that can make it very difficult to edit a whole paragraph. So if we want to work on the whole paragraph, if we highlight this here text and we made it a larger size, now you can see it goes off the page. So at this point here, we'd want to push the return key on our keyboard, but then it overwrites the other text here. It overlays the other text. So that doesn't really work for us too well. There's a better way to edit the text, and I'll show you what that is here. Let's undo that, and let's undo the sizing of it. And it would be nice if we could change, instead of one line at a time, if we could put the edit attributes on the whole block of text, the whole paragraph. So one way to do that is to shrink this text down, make it very small so that we can work with it. So let's highlight it, and let's make it as small as possible. 6 font size. Okay, and let's take the next text, line, and let's make that also a small 6 font size. And let's do the other line. Again, from right to left, we'll highlight it, and we'll make it a small font size. And the last one finally, highlighting from right to left and shrinking down to a small font size. Now while it's highlighted, we'll take this line here, again highlight from right to left, or sorry, from left to right, I mean, and let's cut that text out of there. Okay, now let's click on the next line of text here, and let's put our cursor at the end and put a space bar. Make one space bar, and then let's click in there, right mouse, and let's paste our text in there. Okay, now let's click on this other line. Again, from left to right, we'll highlight, and let's right mouse click and cut that. Now let's click in on this line again, and let's use the arrow keys to move over to the end and put a space in there, and then let's right mouse click and paste. Okay, then let's use the slider bar here, the scroll bar, to move back, and let's finally take this last line of text and let's highlight that and let's cut that out of there. Okay, let's use the scroll bar to go back here, and let's again use the arrow keys if you have to make sure you're at the end of the line, and give a space bar for a space and right mouse click and paste that. Okay, so now we've got a whole paragraph of text in one line here. So while it's there, let's click in there and let's highlight it, heading back to the left. Let's highlight that whole line of text. Okay, now while it's highlighted, let's change the face to what we like, Arial if you want, and let's change the size to a nice comfortable size, maybe 14. Now you can see here that we're still over the page, but we're got all the text inside of one block now. So as long as we're inside the edge of the page here, we can click in there and press the return key, and that will move our text down here. And again, in front of this next word, close to the edge of our page, we'll press the return key, and again. Now again, half of this word is over top of the edge of the page, so let's go back to the beginning of it, and let's press the return key. And again here, let's go to the front of the word groups, press the return key, and we're back here. Now, you can see we have all our text neatly inside of one block. So if we click off of that, you can see that we have a line here that I never moved. But let's see, if we move on here, we can see the hand. So let's click that line. There we go. And let's grab that line and bring that line down and make sure it's center and put the line there. Now if we want to edit this text, as soon as we click in the text box, we have the whole box. Therefore, if we wanted to add a sentence in here, as we begin to write, our box will just expand. This is Now you noticed as we started adding our line of text that it pushed our block out past the edge of the page again. So we'll have to click here and hit the return key and put that portion of a sentence here. And if we like, we could click at the beginning of groups, hit the backspace key, and then go in front here and press the return key, and there we go. So you see now we have the ability to edit the entire paragraph rather than just one line at a time. Now our line here is a little bit close, so let's grab that and let's move that line down a little bit. Center it here. Okay, this. If we wish to put an image in the background here, actually the image will come on top, and then we'd use opacity, change the opacity. So if we click on that border here, and we just grab the one resizing clip here, bring that down to include perhaps this section here, and maybe we'll click on this one, move it over to the edge of the page. There we go. Now Now let's insert a picture in there, an image in there maybe. Let's go to Insert. Let's find an image. I've got some images here somewhere. There. Let's take just a small image I have here. Let's open that up. There we go. That's just a random image, but there it is. It went right inside. Now you can see it's over top of our text here. So if we want to be able to see the text, we'll have to change the opacity. So if we go to the area that's covered here with the image, go to the area. It's a bitmap image. It has no transparency. We could choose an option for our transparency here, and we can increase it. So let's increase that transparency on the image until our text comes through. Okay, so there we have the image in the background. Again, if you don't want that image there, we can actually highlight the area that by clicking on it, we highlight the image area that we have. And if we press delete on our keyboard, delete key, and the image is gone. Okay. If you'd like to put a background in here instead, we can choose the rectangle option, and we could just draw our rectangle right over our text area. Now, because we have blue, maybe blue is a good color to keep with, but we are on top of our text, we cannot see that. So let's change the transparency options here. We'll increase the opacity till we can see our text. There's 50%. It would go up to 60%. And as you can see, we have that in there. Working with other lines, such as existing lines that are here, we just click on that and we get the line attributes. If we'd like to change the color of that existing line, there we go. Okay, if we'd like to move that line, we click on it, we get the double arrow here, which would actually allow us to increase the thickness of the line. See that? But if we get the hand rather than the arrow, the hand on the clip, then we can just move that line down. Okay, so let's undo that change. Okay, so you can see there that there is a number of different things we can do to edit our PDF documents. There are a number of other things that can be utilized on this drawing application to enhance or change the format of our PDF document. If you like, we could actually use the edit options here to remove the whole slide. Okay, we've deleted. We went and we took delete slide and we got rid of that whole slide. And if we undo that delete, we can get our slide back. Okay, let's go to another slide here. We have attributes here for editing our link. Again, you can edit the text of your link. We can copy and paste into our document. There's slide 13 there. We could put unusual. Here we have some basic shapes. We could, if we wished to put something in the background, like a 3D shape here. Look at that. transparency of that document. If we could change the color, let's kind of make it as a yellow, and let's increase the transparency. And there we have the lines. This is the line color here. We can change the width of the lines, as you can see. And we can change the opacity of those lines as well. Take them right out of there with opacity. Maybe increase the opacity of this one a little bit more. We could widen that. Okay, I have my hand grip here inside it. We could take the hand grip and move that down. And there we go. We've got kind of a, not that you'd really want to do that, but there are a number of wonderful things. If we would want to put an image background in behind this one piece of text here, we could highlight that, and we could insert an image right in there. Let's go to an image here, and I don't know what I've got here. There we go. So we put that image just in there. If you want to make that a little larger area, look at that. So that's a GIMP logo. Look at that. Now I can't see my text here too well anymore. So we could actually highlight that image, and the area here, it's a bitmap. Let's change the opacity on that image a bit so that we can see what we got there. Okay, maybe we'll increase that area for that image right over to the side of the page here. Okay. Many wonderful things you can do with this LibreOffice Draw application to edit your PDF files. And it's as easy as that. So one of the things you want to do after you're finished your changes of your PDF file is export that PDF file by pushing the PDF here. And we'll put it on desktop, so we'll just change the name, make it, just add, instead of accessibility how to, it's accessibility how to #1, and we'll save that document as a PDF. Okay, it will only allow us to save, just taking a moment here to save that, and there it is, it just popped up. So let's close the LibreDraw Office application. And do we want to save the changes to the original document? No, we do not. So we don't save the changes. And we'll just close the LibreOffice. Now here's our document. Let's open it up in a document viewer, events, PDF reader, and see what we've got. And see, our changes have taken place. Now, we could have changed the line around our rectangle. We did not. We did edit also slide 13, so let's see how those changes took effect. And look, here's our image in behind there. Here's that object we set on here, 3D object. Wonderful things you can do with this LibreOffice Draw application. So the thing is to, we'll just close this, is to load your PDF file. So you can make a Word doc and change your Word doc from, you can make a Word doc in the Writer application here. Okay. Save your Word doc as a PDF. Okay. And then you can open the drawing application and open up your PDF that you created. A wonderful option given to us by the LibreOffice folks, and that is editing your PDF files in the LibreOffice Draw application. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this tutorial by howtopam. Thank you for watching.